Okay, gang, last week I recorded a demonstration using Autocad for graphic design where you were tracing packaging and print template designs, which I do for about 90% of my Autocad use. Now I'm going to show you about the other 10%. And the other 10% is all about logo recreation and redrawing as a DWG file so that sign companies can use them to manufacture the 3D signage that they use with metal and wood and foam and decals that they print. And those are all DWG files that are line artwork. And I do those by retracing the artwork from original AI files in Autocad in simple line artwork. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you one that's already been recreated, retraced, so that I'll give you guys a little practice. I think I have 4 or 5 of those that I've redrawn for you. That'll give you a chance to practice using the polyline tool, tracing the logos. And then I'm going to show you how you can download one from any number of logo vector programs or a logo that you've created for a client, and how you can export that out of Illustrator and then bring it into AutoCAD and do your own personal redraw. So this is really like a 2-step process. The first step will be just retracing what I've already recreated for you to get you comfortable with that, and then this second part would be to take a logo and export it and actually do the redraw yourself. So I'm going to go into AutoCAD, and I'm going to go in and open up. Let's go into the AutoCAD logos that I've retraced for you. Let's go into Petco. I've got a couple of different logos: Bonefish, Starbucks, Chuck E. Cheese, Petco, a couple of them in there that you can practice redrawing, retracing, that I've already done the line artwork for you. And just like the print and packaging templates, I'm going to go ahead and open these DWG files, and it's going to go ahead and render them for us. Remember things like the right click for the polyline tool and the spacebar to deselect, and a few of the techniques I use to make life a little bit easier on myself. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and render the logo here, so you can kind of see the outline of the silhouette and the letters. And so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and hold down my space bar so I can pan around a little bit. Now remember, over here with your layers, I'm going to go ahead and insert another layer, which I call Redraw, and let's update this later. And then we're going to go ahead and lock the layer that is the logo artwork. So I'm going to go ahead and lock that. That way I have access to, and I'm zooming a little bit harder, a little bit more, because the silhouette is the most challenging part. And then I'm going to go in here, and remember, using our polyline tool, I'm going to go ahead and pick a spot to start. So I'm going to go ahead and click my mouse right on the corner of here, and that'll place my line. And I'm going to go ahead and right click on it, right, because I want to choose an arch with my first line. And I'm going to go in here and kind of let's go with the straight line first, because I want to do his toe, I think. So I'm actually going to go back to the line tool, and I'm going to do the little flat part of his tail right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and then I'm going to create my arch. I'm going to kind of curve this around here just about like that. Then I'm going to do my line, because I do have a little straight area here. So I'm going to go ahead and straighten that out just a skosh. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my arch again. I got to take a look at what I have going on here. And it's a little bit flatter, so it's right about there. And now I'm going to right click and go to my line segment again and connect my dots here. And it looks like I have a line here. Then I have a line across there. And I have a line here. Then I'm going to go ahead and right click again and throw the arch in there. So let's see what we have going on here. So we'll just kind of curve that a little bit. And then we'll do the line segment again. And I'm literally going to go around and trace this thing all the way around the silhouette. So let's go ahead and tap that there, and I'm going to hit the space bar so I can deselect it, so you can kind of see how my line's going here. And remember, I can go in here and select it and thicken up my line. So let's go in here and pick a little bit heavier line weight so you can see it as we go around and trace this. And so let's go back to the polyline tool. I'm going to go in here and start kind of where I left off. So I'm going to do a little straight line here. Right click on it and give my arch a little bit of a curve here. So right there, and then I'm going to go back to my line segment. And there's a little straight part to the line right here. And I like to do curve straight, curve straight. You can kind of see the line that I'm creating there. And so I've produced about 5 or 6 logos for you that have already been outlined, that are DWG files that you'll be able to practice and trace yourself. So let's just zoom out here a little bit. And you can see the letters and the symbols. And those all have to be converted to line art so that you can redraw them. So let's go ahead and close this one. And let me just show you one of the other ones. I'm not going to save that one. I'm going to go in here into Autocad, and I'm going to open up a file. And this time, instead of Petco, I'm going to show you Starbucks, and you can kind of see the complexity of the line work in the mermaid, which was created. And so you can really get a good idea for that. So I'm going to go in here and let's just turn that layer off. Okay, layer number 1, so you can see that, and I'm going to go ahead and double click on that, and let's go ahead and lock it, and then I'm going to insert a new layer. I'm going to call that Redraw. So there you go. And so let's start the polyline tool. Remember that with the polyline tool, and I'm going to go ahead and drop a point in right there. And remember my snap overrides, right? Remember my snap overrides, that I don't have anything turned on to snap on because I don't want it tracking any of the lines that I've already traced for you. So let's make sure that that's like that. And then we're going to go ahead, and I like to try to stay in the middle of the stroke if I can, and kind of take my way around the star. And you'll see I'm just going to do the star, and then I'm going to thicken the stroke for you so you can kind of see the way that I like to do it. So I'll go ahead and drop that in there. I'll drop that down there. Drop that down there. All right. And let's undo that with the old space bar. Okay. And so now we can go ahead and select the stroke. And I like to make it in white so that you can see it. And I like to make it a little bit thicker so you can get a real idea. Oh, wrong one. Got to grab my, somehow my redraw layer got locked. Don't want that. So let's go ahead in here with the selection tool. And we'll go ahead and turn that one on. Let's just lock the drawing so that I can grab my redraw line and go ahead and make that nice and thick. Now, let's make sure that that is unlocked so that I can grab it. There we go. My mouse is acting a little bit weird today, and so it's a little bit delayed, but you can see that I've started to trace the star. And so this is a great exercise for practicing the polyline tool and getting you comfortable with the polyline tool. And you can do this in as many short segments as possible, or you can also do it, well, I like to do it in lots of small straight lines and curves just to get you comfortable with it. Don't try to bite off more than you can chew in the process, but it's an excellent way to get you comfortable with creating DWG traces for logos, which is vital in the process of creating signage logos. And so there you go. So we'll go ahead and close this. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and zip the AutoCAD logos folder for you. So we'll go ahead and compress that. And there we go. And I'll go ahead and add that to your class and give you a little brief description. And I'll do another video for the exporting the logos for you to trace. All right, guys, have fun.